Hello and welcome to my unboxing and review of the Raven Guard Legion Deimos pattern Rhino Doors for Warhammer The Horus Heresy from Forge World. They're right here in this little blister pack and they will cost you £13. As I've already said, this would be an unboxing and review, so you get to see these attached to a Deimos pattern Rhino, which is great, and I'll have it in, you know, I'll say the configuration of what I'm going to have that Rhino in for Raven Guard, I guess. Probably not though, but you're going to see them on a Rhino is the main thing. And they're just two resin pieces that are specific for this Legion. They're both exactly the same, there's no differences between them at all. I always kind of wondered, you know, how did they separate the door? And they just separate it with a very thin line that runs along the Raven and down there, so that's where they connect. But yeah, they're both exactly the same, no differences. And then they've got a little bit of detail on the back. Not really sure why, unless you want to magnetise them on the Rhino, but these are going to be very easy to clean up and to obviously put on a Rhino. And they're not necessary, you know. If you've got a few Legions that are black, like me, then you know, you don't have to put these on, and then you can use your Rhino for all of your black Legions, I guess. But adding these to a Rhino just makes your Legion a bit more, you know, I guess unique. It sort of shows that that Rhino is just for that Legion, and just adds a bit of variety and spice, I guess. A bit like the shoulder pads and the helmets. So join me in part 2 where you'll see these on a Rhino, and I'll be able to display what they look like. And here we have the Space Marine Rhino with the Raven Guard Rhino Doors. As you can see, I've you know, cobbled this Rhino up quite quickly. Got some green stuff on there. We've got the doors left and right. I've given the Raven Guard quite a basic sort of loadout. I haven't given them like you know, twin linked bolters and things. I have put a cheeky little missile launcher on there, little cheeky hunter killer, but apart from that, it's just your standard Rhino. Of course, it's going to be sprayed black, and you know, with that eagle symbol, I could paint that gold instead of white or silver, and then you know, use it for the main force, but we'll see. I'll just run through the rules for a Rhino, at least in Horus Heresy. Why not? A Rhino transport will cost you 35 points. It can only be selected as dedicated transport for another unit, and may not be selected as a separate unit, so you need to pick that unit for it to go with. Its movement speed is 14 inches, ballistic skill is 4, front and side armour 11, rear is 10, hull points 3, and transport capacity is now 12. It used to be 10, they bumped it up to 12. Makes sense if you've got a captain in there as well, but you know, I was always baffled how you could fit 10 Space Marines in there, let alone 10 of the slightly larger ones, and now 12. The war gear, it's got a pintle-mounted twin-linked bolter and smoke launchers. Special rules, it's Legiones, Astartes, repair, infantry transport. It has one access point on each side of the hull and one at the rear. It may take the following: one hull front-mounted hunter-killer missile for 5 points, searchlights for 5, dozer blade for 5, and may take a pintle-mounted twin-linked bolter for 5 points, a pintle-mounted combi weapon for any type for 10, havoc launcher for 15, heavy bolter for 10, heavy flamer for 5, and a multi-melter for 30. So yeah, I mean, I would probably say mine's got a pintle-mounted twin-linked bolter. I'd probably say mine's got a pintle-mounted twin-linked bolter. You can pick another one if you wish, so you can have 2 lots of them, which is quite nice. But yeah, cheap, cheerful. I like the doors. I think they work quite well. You know, I would always like to see a different, you know, back rear ramp though. You know, even if it's just like a
a resin motif or something that you just, you know, glued on there rather than a full resin door. And also I'd like to see these doors for 40k rhinos, for that old kit. They used to do them like Legion specific, because then there are other kits like the Thunderhawk of which those doors would also be compatible with. But anyway, what do you guys think of the Raven Guard resin doors from, I say, Forge World, the kind of Games Workshop now? Please do put your thoughts and opinions down below. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for watching. The Emperor Protects.